Hello and welcome to Ms. Pam Reads All's for the Best by T.S. Arthur. In our last video, we were introduced to some characters. We met Mr. Fanshawe, who is doubting his faith. We met Mr. Wilkins, yes, who's trying to embolden Mr. Fanshawe's faith. And they've gone to an old man's house who seemingly has lost everything. All right. The old man's voice broke down on the last sentence, and his eyes filled with tears, but he soon recovered himself, saying, "Before I lost my property, this son was an idler, and in such danger that through fear of his being led astray, I often was in great distress of mind. Necessity forced him into useful employment, and you see the result. I lost some money, but saved my son. Am I not richer in such love as he bears me today than if, without his love, I possessed $1 million? Am I not happier? I knew it would come out all right. I had faith, and I tried to be patient. It is coming out right." "But the wrong that has been done," said Mr. Fanshawe, "the injustice that exists. Here is a scoundrel, a robber, in the peaceful enjoyment of your goods, while you are in want. We do not envy such peace as his. The robber has no peace. He never dwells in security, but is always armed and on the watch. As for me, it has so turned out that I have never lacked for food and raiment. Still, there is the abstract wrong, the evil triumphing over the good," said Mr. Fanshawe. "How do you reconcile that with your faith in Providence?" "What I see clearly as to myself," was the reply, "fully justifies the ways of God to man. Am I the gainer or the loser by misfortune? Clearly the gainer. That point admits of no argument. So what came to me in the guise of evil, I find to be good. God has not mocked my faith in him. I waited patiently until he revealed himself in tender mercy, until the hand to which I clung in the dark valley led me up to the sunny hills. No amount of worldly riches could give me the deep satisfaction I now possess. As for the false friend who robbed me, I leave him in the hands of the all-wise disposer of events. He will not find in ill-gotten gain a blessing. I will not make his bed soft, nor his food sweet to the taste. A just and righteous God will trouble his peace and make another possessions the burdens of his life." "But that will not benefit you," said Mr. Fanshawe. "His suffering will not make good your loss." "My loss is made good already. I have no complaint against Providence. My compensation is 100-fold. For dross I have gold. I and mine needed the discipline of misfortune, and it came through the perfidy of a friend. That false friend, selfish and grasping, seeing in money the greatest good, was permitted to consummate his evil design. That his evil will punish him, I am sure, and in the pain of his punishment, he may be led to reformation. If he continue to hide the stolen fox, it will tear his vitals. If he lets it go, he will scarcely venture upon a second theft. In either event, the wrong he was permitted to do will be turned into discipline, and my hardest wish in regard to him is that the discipline may lead to repentance and a better life." "Your faith and patience," said Mr. Fanshawe, as he held the old man's hand in parting, "rebuke my restless disbelief I thank you for having opened my mind to a new region of thought, for having made some things clear that have always been dark. I am sure that our meeting today is not a simple accident. I have been led here, and for a good purpose. As Mr. Fanshawe and Mr. Wilkins left the poor man's lodging, the former said, I know the false wretch who ruined your friend. Ah, I assume that comes from Mr. Wilkins. Yes, and he is a miserable man. The fox is indeed tearing his vitals. I understand his case now. He must make restitution. I know how to approach him. This good, patient, trusting old man shall not suffer the wrong to the end. Does not all this open a new world of thought to your mind? Asked Mr. Wilkins. Does it not show you that amid all human wrong and disaster, the hand of providence moves in wise adjustment and ever out of evil, unpremeditated way, out of evil. I'm sorry, I lost my spot here because this doesn't make sense. I wonder if it didn't print right. Let's see. And ever out of evil educes. Maybe that's a word. It's not a word I'm familiar with. Educes good. Ever out of evil educes good. Ever through loss in some lower degree of life brings gain to higher degree. Consider how, in an unpremeditated way, you are brought into contact with a stranger, and how his life and experience touching yours give out a spark that lights a candle in your soul to illuminate chambers where scarcely a ray had shone before. And this not alone for your benefit. It seems as if you were made to be an instrument of good, not only to the wronged, but to the wronger. If you can effect restitution in any degree, the benefit will be mutual. I can and will effect it, replied Mr. Fanshawe, and he did. Okay. Interesting. I don't have that as my stopping spot. So we're going to go on a little bit more. Okay. This is chapter 2, and it says, is he a Christian? Is, capital I-S italics, he a Christian? The question reached my ear as I sat conversing with a friend, and I paused in the sentence I was uttering to note the answer. Oh, yes, he is a Christian, was the reply. I am rejoiced to hear you say so. I was not aware of it before, said the other. Yes, he has passed from death unto life. Last week, in the joy of his new birth, he united himself to the church and is now in fellowship with the saints. What a blessed change. Blessed indeed. Another soul saved, another added to the great company of those who have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. There is a joy in heaven on his account. Of whom are they speaking? I asked, turning to my friend. Of Fletcher Gray, I believe, was replied. A few men stood in need of Christian graces, said I. If he is indeed numbered with the saints, there is cause for rejoicing. But by their fruits ye shall know them, responded my friend. I will believe his claim to the title of Christian when I see the fruit in good living. If he have truly passed from death unto life, as they say, he will work the works of the righteous. A sweet fountain will not send forth bitter waters. My friend but expressed his own sentiments in this and all like cases. I have learned to put small trust in profession, to look past the Sunday and prayer meeting piety of people, and to estimate religious quality by the standard of the Apostle James. There must be genuine love of neighbor before there can be a love of God. For neighborly love is the ground in which that higher, purer love takes root. It is all in vain to talk of love as a mere idle thing. Love is an active principle, and according to its qualities, works. If the love be heavenly, it will show itself in good deeds to the neighbor, but if infernal, in the acts of selfishness that disregard the neighbor. I will observe Mr. Gray, said I, as I walked homeward from the company, and see whether the report touching him be true. If he is indeed a Christian, as they affirm, the Christian graces of meekness and charity will blossom in his life and make all the air around him fragrant. Opportunity soon came. Fletcher Gray was a storekeeper, and his life in the world was, consequently, open to the observation of all men. He was likewise a husband and a father. His relations were, therefore, of a character to give daily a test of his true quality. It was only the day after that I happened to meet Mr. Gray under circumstances favorable to observation. He came into the store of a merchant with whom I was transacting some business and asked the price of certain goods in the market. I moved aside and watched him narrowly. There was a marked change in the expression of his countenance and in the tones of his voice. The former had a sober, almost solemn expression. The latter was subdued, even to plaintiveness. But in a little while, these peculiarities gradually disappeared, and the aforetime Mr. Gray stood there unchanged, not only in appearance, but in character. There was nothing of the yea, yea, and nay, nay spirit in his bargain making, but an eager, wordy effort to gain an advantage in the trade. I noticed that in the face of an observation that only 5% over cost. Oh, there's a period there. Wow. Okay, this is strangely printed. All right. Only 5% over cost was asked for a certain article. He still endeavored to procure it at a lower figure than was named by the seller, and finally crowded him down to the exact cost, knowing as he did that the merchant had a large stock in hand and could not well afford to hold it over. He's a sharper, said the merchant, turning towards me as Gray left the store. He's a Christian, they say, was my quiet remark. A Christian? Yes. Don't you know that he's become religious and joined the church? You're joking. Not a word of it. Didn't you observe his subdued, meek aspect when he came in? Why, yes, now that you refer to it, I do remember a certain peculiarity about him. Become pious, joined the church. Well, I'm sorry. For what? Sorry for the injury he will do to a good cause. The religion that makes a man a better husband, father, man of business, lawyer, doctor, or preacher, I reverence, for it is genuine, as the lives of those who accept it do testify. But your hypocritical pretenders I scorn. It is perhaps almost too strong language, this, as applied to Mr. Gray, I say. What is a hypocrite? Asked the merchant. A man who puts on the semblance of Christian virtues which he does not possess. And that is what Mr. Gray does when he assumes to be religious. A true Christian is just. Was he just to me when he crowded me down in the price of my goods and robbed me of a living profit in order that he might secure a double gain? I think not. There is not even the live and let live principle in that. No, no, sir. If he has joined the church, my word for it, there is a black sheep in the fold, or I might say, without abuse of language, a wolf therein disguised in sheep's clothing. Give the man time, I said. Old habits of life are strong, you know. In a little while, I trust that he will see clearer and regulate his life from perceptions of higher truths. I thought his heart was changed, answered the merchant with some irony in his tones, that he had been made a new creature. I did not care to discuss that point with him, so merely answered. And that's where we're going to stop. So we'll have to find his answer in the next video. So it's interesting. I kind of measured where to stop with the number of words and make some equal time. 16 minutes. I think we're good. So we are going to, let's just say I didn't care to discuss that point with him, and we'll stop there. In the next video, we'll find out what he answered. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you next time to find out Mr. Wilkins' answer.